How to fix Turmoil keyboard not working on Xbox Store PC, stuck at press A button. Welcome back, tech lovers, to another Teknobalta fix. Today we are addressing a specific technical glitch in the game Turmoil on the Xbox platform. Many users find themselves stuck at the main menu where the game refuses to recognize keyboard inputs. The screen prompts you to press the A button, which is a standard Xbox controller command. This indicates that the game engine has prioritized a virtual or physical controller over your keyboard and mouse. We will perform a deep dive into your OS settings to force the game to accept keyboard commands. First, we must investigate the DISM to identify ghost controllers. Press the WINDOWS key and X simultaneously on your keyboard. Select DEVICEMANAGER from the Power user menu that appears. This utility allows us to manage every hardware component connected to your PC. Locate the section labeled HUMANITERFACEDEVICES and expand it. You are looking for entries like HID compliant game controller or Xbox360 controller. Even if you do not have a controller plugged in, these entries might exist as virtual drivers. Software from brands like Razer or Logitech often creates these virtual inputs for macro support. Right-click on any game controller entry and select DISABLEDEVICE. Do not select uninstall, as WINDOWS will simply reinstall it upon the next reboot. Disabling it ensures the driver remains inactive during your gaming session. If you see an entry named RazerHX Xbox Controller, you must disable it immediately. This specific virtual driver is known to hijack input priority in Xbox titles. Once disabled, restart the game to see if the keyboard is now detected. If the issue persists, we need to look at peripheral management software. Open RazerSynapse or Logitech G Hub if you have them installed. Check if there is a virtual controller toggle or a gamepad emulation mode active. These features are designed to help in older games, but cause conflicts in modern UWP apps. Disable any emulation and close the software completely from the system tray. Now let us move into the ADVANCEDREGISTRYOPTIMIZATION phase. We will modify how the OS handles input device enumeration. Press WINDOWS and then type REGEDIT and hit enter. Navigate to HKEYLOCALMACHINE followed by SYSTEM. Then go to CURRENTCONTROLSET and finally CONTROL. Look for the folder named PRIORITYCONTROL. We are checking if the WIN32PRIORITYSEPARATION is set correctly. Ensure the value is set to hexadecimal for optimal background and foreground balance. This helps the OS prioritize the active game window and its direct inputs. Next, we will clear the controller cache in the registry. Navigate to HKEYCURRENTUSER, then SYSTEM. Go to GAMECONFIGSTORE. Right-click and export this key as a backup before making changes. Look for entries related to TURMOIL and delete the subkeys. This forces the game to rebuild its configuration file on the next launch. Now we move to VACKGROUNDSERVICEMANAGEMENT. Type services.msc in the Start menu and open it. Scroll down to the bottom to find Xbox-related services. Ensure that Xbox GAMESAVE and Xbox ACCESSORYMANAGEMENT are running. If the accessory management service is stuck, it can cause input loops. Right-click it and select RESTART to refresh the service state. Also look for GAMINGSERVICES in the list. This service is vital for Xbox games to function properly. If it is stopped, the game may fail to initialize the input wrapper. Set its startup type to a UTOMATIC and start the service. Now let us discuss HARDWARELATENCY and DRIVERPOLISH. Sometimes a high USB polling rate can confuse older game engines. If your mouse or keyboard is set to 1000 Hz, try lowering it to 500 Hz. This is done through your peripheral software like GHUB or SYNAPSE. Lowering the polling rate reduces the CPU interrupt load. This can resolve issues where the game ignores rapid input signals. Next, we must update the chipset drivers for your motherboard. Visit the manufacturer website for AMD or INTEL. Download the latest chipset software to ensure stable USB communication. Outdated chipset drivers can lead to HID device conflicts. We will now look at WINDOWSGAMEMOD settings. Open the Settings app and go to the GAMING section. Ensure GAMEMODE is turned on. This feature prevents background tasks from stealing focus from your game. Focus loss is a common reason why keyboards stop working in UWP games. Click on GRAPHICS settings on the right side of the screen. Find TURMOIL in the list or add it manually. Set the preference to HIGHPERFORMANCE. This ensures the GPU is fully utilized and the game runs in a stable environment. Now we will disable FULSCREENOPTIMIZATIONS. Since this is an XBOXSTORE game, you must find the install folder. Usually it is located in WINDOWSAPPS, which is a hidden folder. Right-click the game executable and select PROPERTIES. Go to the COMPATIBILITY tab. Check the box for DISABLEFULSCREENOPTIMIZATIONS. This prevents WINDOWS from overlaying its own interface over the game. Overlays are notorious for blocking keyboard and mouse inputs. If you use DISCORD or STAM overlays, disable them as well. Even the XBOX GAMEBA can sometimes cause this issue. Press WINDOWS and G to open the game bar and check settings. Disable any unnecessary widgets that might be capturing focus. Let us perform a clean boot to eliminate third-party software interference. Type MSConfig in the Start menu and press Enter. Go to the SERVICES tab and check HIDEALLMICROSOFTSERVICES. Click DISABLEALL and then go to the STARTUP tab. Open TASKMANAGER and disable all startup items. Restart your PC and try launching the game again. If the keyboard works, one of the disabled services was the culprit. You can re-enable them one by one to find the exact cause. This is the most effective way to troubleshoot persistent input issues. We should also check for WINDOWSUPDATES. Go to Settings and click on WINDOWSUPDATE. Click CHECKFORUPDATES and install any pending items. Sometimes a system patch includes fixes for the XBOX app ecosystem. Do not forget to check the OPTIONALUPDATES section. Driver updates for HID devices are often hidden there. Now let us look at the XBOX app itself. Open the XBOX app and click on your profile picture. Go to Settings and then to the GENERAL tab. Ensure that the app is fully updated to the latest version. You can also try repairing the game files through the app. Right-click TURMOIL in your library and select MANAG. Go to the FILES tab and click VERIFYANDREPAIR. This will fix any corrupted files that might be causing input lag. If you are using a wireless keyboard, check the battery levels. Low power can cause the device to drop connection intermittently. Try connecting the keyboard via a USB cable if possible. This eliminates wireless interference as a potential variable. We will now perform a reset of the microsoftstore cache. Press WINDOWS and R, then type wsreset.exe. A blank command prompt will appear for a few seconds. Wait for the store to open automatically, which signals the reset is complete. This clears temporary data that might interfere with game licenses. License verification issues can sometimes lock out input controls. Let us look at the POWERMANAGEMENT settings for USB. Go back to DEVICEMANAGER and find USBROOTHUB. Right-click and select PROPERTIES, then go to POWERMANAGEMENT. Uncheck the box that says ALLOWTHECOMPUTERTOTURNOFFTHISDEVICE. This prevents the OS from putting your keyboard to sleep during gameplay. Repeat this for all USB hub entries in the list. Now we will check for any virtual joystick drivers like VJoy. If you have VJoy installed, it is likely the primary cause of the issue. Uninstall VJoy or disable its driver in DEVICEMANAGER. Many games prioritize VJoy as the first controller even if it is empty. This creates a conflict where the keyboard is pushed to the bottom of the list. Let us verify the system files using the SFC tool. Open COMMANDPROMPT as an administrator. Type sfc/scannow and press Enter. This will scan for and repair any corrupted system files. Corrupted input DLL files can cause the keyboard to be ignored. After the scan finishes, type the DISM command for a deeper repair. Type DISM/ONLINE/CLEANUPIMAGESTOREHEALTH. This command uses WINDOWSUPDATE to replace damaged files. It is a powerful way to ensure your OS environment is healthy. Now we will check the GAMEPAD settings in WINDOWS. Type joy.cpl in the Start menu and press Enter. This opens the GAMECONTROLLERS window. If you see any devices listed here that you are not using, remove them. Click on ADVANCED and ensure the preferred device is set to none. This prevents the game from automatically locking onto a ghost controller. Let us look at the TURMOIL configuration files. Navigate to your user folder, then APPDATA and LOCAL. Find the folder for TURMOIL, or the developer name. Look for a file named setting's.ini or config.json.